Do you know what's brown and sticky? A steak. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Yes, the title is 100% accurate. We're talking about a Chinese indie movie about a man trapped inside a public restroom. Strangely, it's not my only Chinese toilet movie rodeo. Why do I keep watching them? I don't know. I guess I just like to suck on the devil's bunghole and expect something good to come out. Or maybe I'm just fascinated by bottle movies, films set entirely in one location. 12 Angry Men in a jury room, buried in a coffin, phone booth in a phone booth. How do filmmakers turn limited space into unlimited tension? For today's movie, it does not. What it does have is a fascinating premise about a man haunted by his fate, foretold by the graffiti on the bathroom wall. I guess you can call it a piss bottle movie. So why don't we have a low stakes episode today? I'll give you a quick comedic summary and you can tell me in the comments which joke you like the most. Let's be glad that smell-o-vision is not a thing. For your amusement, here is a Chinese indie toilet movie. Here is our movie in question, Mystery Restroom. At least that's what the Chinese title says. It has no English title. Googling this movie online gives only 3 relevant results. The distribution company has no websites either. Make no mistakes, people, you are among the first humans to explore this movie. Jokes aside, I actually have a lot of respect for this film. Not only is it a no-budget bottle movie, it is also a monodrama. That is, a movie with only one character. The film follows Pretty Boy, a socially isolated office worker whose hobbies include being alone and taking selfies while taking a dump. One night, after leaving work late, Pretty Boy enters a public restroom, and thanks to the sound design, we can tell dude it's a little backed up. While waiting for his poo to come loose, he reads the graffiti on the wall, which says, "The gate closes at 22 o'clock. And just like that, he is trapped, mirroring the dookie in his colon. He is all alone, his phone has no signal, his acting is terrible. It's truly a hopeless situation. Then the graffiti starts talking to him. The black-tie man will hang himself tonight. Drowning is painful. Killer iPhone will kill you before sunrise. I would love to know how one man can die 3 different ways at the same time." Truth be told though, I do like the premise. A man trapped in a restroom while the graffiti predicts his fate. With a little humor, it can be great. Instead, the movie is just kinda embarrassing. After the drowning prophecy, we get our first action sequence. Pretty Boy frantically mops the floor. The heart-pumping electronic beat is almost too intense. Luckily, it lasts like 5 seconds before Pretty Boy gives up. I mean, you can let it leak for a week and it's not gonna drown you. Dude, it's just being realistic. Another embarrassing moment comes after the message, "Arlene is buried in this wall." It's a classic creepy setup. A poster suddenly peels off the wall, revealing a face behind it. What, you expecting a skull? I was too. Pretty Boy screams a bunch and then just sticks the poster back on. Not sure why he's doing a shoot the wolf face though. Holy f***, I just stated myself. Frightened by an incredible 2mm of water, Pretty Boy seeks shelter on higher ground. He slips, nearly hangs himself, and the near-death experience triggers a flashback. I'm sorry if this sounds really incoherent, I'm cooking with landfill here. The flashback reveals that Pretty Boy once had a friend who drowned in an accident. Pretty Boy couldn't swim, so he ran to get help. On the way, he bonked his head on a tree and falls back into the public restroom. Man, these transitions are so fast, they make my trans friends jealous. We'll get some fit content, yes, for free in this economy, and it's time for Pretty Boy to confront his trauma. The ghost of his drowned friend appears, wearing a t-shirt. Pretty Boy goes, I'm scared of water, and the ghost is like, okay, I forgive you. And then the ghost of Pretty Boy's dad shows up with the verbal equivalent of a steel chair and hits you over the head with it. What did he say? I forgot, and I'm not rewatching this movie to find out. Pretty Boy passes out, wakes up the next day, now a much happier person. So, who was the face behind the poster? What about the killer who was supposed to murder him? I have no clue. Moral of the story: Pretty Boy feels like a piece of for not saving his friend. He is trapped by his guilt the same way his body is trapped in the restroom and his poop is trapped in his anus. It's like poetry, they rhyme. This is a fresco found in a Roman bathroom. On it, graffiti can be seen. It reads, "Shitter beware the evil eyes." A message this amazing deserves a website from Squarespace. Whether to document this artifact or to raise awareness for the cause, a website remains the best option. Sure, you can scratch your message everywhere, or everyone sitting on the crapper could just visit your website on their phone. Are you pooping on company time? Is your boss staring at you for taking too long? Beware the evil eyes, my friend. Building a website with Squarespace is easy. You can start with a beautiful template or design everything from scratch. Your site is automatically optimized for mobile devices, ensuring maximum bathroom compatibility. With analytic tools and tutorials for search engine optimization, uniting poopers cannot be easier. Start your free trial at squarespace.com/accidentalcinema. Use the code accidentalcinema for 10% off your first purchase. Jokes aside, I would genuinely love to see a blog about funny bathroom encounters. Why not visit squarespace.com/accidentalcinema and get it started today? This is my film school project, a short film about art students and engineering students fighting over who has the right to doodle on a toilet door. Yes, I am one of the assholes who also made a toilet movie. I think that's why I keep watching films like this. They remind me that not every artist is good, but every artist starts out bad. The only way to improve is to keep making things, and Mystery Restroom is the result of that process. Don't get me wrong, the movie is bad, but it's not offensively so. It deserves some respect. In the spirit of turning poop into fertilizer, let me show you some of the things the movie did right. First, let's take a look at this scene. Pretty Boy is digging through his cabinet, which contains a large pile of lottery tickets. Winning the lottery and quitting your job tomorrow is a common internet meme in China. The film uses that idea to show how much Pretty Boy hates his job. The sheer numbers of tickets also suggests that he has disposable income but no real hobbies or passions. Sure, the shot has limited production value, but it conveys just as much story as the Bel Air watch from Office Space. This is something the film actually does well. Being a monodrama, Mystery Restroom has to reveal Pretty Boy's character without giving him anyone to talk to. Sometimes, even when he does interact with others, he does so without speaking, and that silence says more about him than any line could. The silence is maintained in the restroom too, and I'm not talking about his constipation. Unlike most monodramas, Pretty Boy does not externalize his thoughts into words. This moment of him realizing his phone has no signal is conveyed entirely through physical acting. Most movies would add a line like, "Weird, why is there no signal?" But here, the film trusts the audience, which is more than I can say about most movies. Part of why Pretty Boy's acting feels awkward is that the role demands physical storytelling. Unfortunately, the actor just isn't quite strong enough to carry all of it in silence. Finally, considering the budget, the film actually looks pretty good. It's obvious the crew has no time to decorate the location. In fact, all of the graffiti has the same handwriting. From this reflection, we can spot the camera they were using, and it has a sideways flip-out screen. That kind of flip-out screen is usually found in low-cost cameras like the C100. Pro cameras use external monitors. So this is clearly a small crew working in a cramped restroom on a project with a ridiculous premise, and yet they took the challenge seriously. See how it uses foreground obstructions to emphasize the claustrophobic space? When there aren't objects available, the film creates obstruction with shadows instead, often divides the actor's face in interesting ways. Colored lighting adds mood and depth to the otherwise sterile setting. This is also more than I can say about a lot of movies. My favorite shot is this one. Pretty boy slowly slides down the wall, resting in the last patch of light. The camera follows, while a dim light on a basin quietly establishes the layout for the next sequence. It's actually a really nice shot. It's just so unfortunate that the next sequence is Pretty Boy mopping the floor. Look, just because the movie has good moments doesn't mean it isn't dumb. At least, it's funny dumb. Hey YouTube. So originally this video was supposed to include a second Chinese toilet movie about a woman trapped in her bathroom. She has to MacGyver her way out. It's just as stupid and just as fun. Yes, I have seen multiple toilet movies. Anyway, that movie gave us a copyright strike, so that really throws a wrench in our toilet bowl. The YouTube copyright system has become so hostile lately, film essay channels like ours are finding it harder and harder to exist. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, consider leaving a like or a comment, or supporting us on Patreon. It genuinely helps. We've got a lot of videos planned this year, including Chinese Chalk to China, Heroes of the East, and the Sailor Moon movie. So I hope you stick around. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with something a little bit more serious.